what is up YouTube? Welcome to today's video, and we have a bit of a sad story here. I bought a service to get my Windripper chanced, and we're going to go over exactly why this item needed to be chanced. We're going to go over why Crucible is so terrible. However, long story short, I got someone to scour chance my Windripper, and now I am completely broken PoE. I don't have a divine to my name. I had no idea that when I said chance this item at all costs, that all costs will be so incredibly high. So I don't really know what to do anymore. Is it time to start banging on the streets for money or divines? Set up a shop in Lion Eyes? Watch? Who knows? But basically, in Crucible, it is difficult to get the perfect Crucible tree on a unique. For whatever reason, GGG decided that uniques are so amazing and special that they should not have a good Crucible tree besides sacrificing a billion uniques. So, because of this tedious nature and the fact that they probably didn't really foresee the lengths that players would go to get the perfect Crucible tree, players have decided to utilize one of these orbs known as chance orbs. And what this means is that players will try to scour chance an item over and over and over again until they get the desired result. So, for instance, one of the most meta builds this league is Spectral Shield Throw. And the reason behind that is because there's a shield called Emperor's Vigilance that you can get Energy Shield on as part of the Crucible tree. And since there's this one mod here that says 1000% increased armor and Energy Shield, it allows you to get an Emperor's Vigilance with 1000 Energy Shield. And 1000 Energy Shield is an incredible amount of Energy Shield, and that makes the skill Spectral Shield Throw completely overpowered. Now, Emperor's Vigilance takes around, I think most people say like 20,000 chance orbs or so, or 10,000 chance orbs, not really sure. So I was like, I need a Windripper. And we're going to go over exactly why we need the Windripper in a little bit. But Windripper has 3,854 results on PoE trade. And most people don't even list a Windripper because a Windripper is really not worth that much currently. And Emperor's Vigilance has 2,412 results. So, me being the idiot I am, I was like, well, obviously, people are going, it's not going to be that bad. Windripper is probably like a T2 unique or maybe even T3. And I was like, I'm just going to chance it, and it's not going to be too terrible. So, why do I actually need a Windripper? Now, I am playing group play a little bit, and I wanted to get the maximum amount of item quality and rarity possible, so I decided to do a Magic Find EK Pathfinder. And I made this POB out, and the POB looked pretty amazing to me. And everything looked good, so we look at the quant is nice and tight. It was at like 127%, almost 130%. And Windripper has this mod that gives you 15% increased quantity from items dropped by slain frozen enemies, and 30% increased item rarity of items dropped by slain shocked enemies. So I was like, wow, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be nice. I'm going to have like 127% quant. Apothecaries are going to rain from the sky, and I'm going to be the currency god. Now, that was my dream. However, what happened was that's not really what happened. So Crucible is pretty good for ethereal knives or spellcasters because you can get 100% critical strike multiplier, and the minus 3% the critical strike chance is for the bow. So you can see this bow has 2.74% critical strike chance. You can also get physical conversion. So the Windripper I ended up getting, and I did chance it in the end, or the person chanced it in the end. I have physical converted to random element, which is not really the best, but it does help you get shock a little bit. And then we also have increased effect of shock. Now, this is not the perfect no. Some people go for what's it called? The quiver, having 20% increased equipped bonuses, so you have higher cold conversion. So there's a lot of different options for that. Now, this one has what's it called? 20% increased bonuses gained for equipped quiver. So some people use the cold conversion quiver. So there's a lot of different options for that. And lastly, for the best magic find, you do want this node here. Flasks applied to you have 15% increased effect. And the reason behind that is for Divination Distillate and the Gold Flask. Now, why does Crucible not work for unique items? Well, one of the biggest reasons is that uniques do not come with a Crucible tree. So you can't just take a unique and go to the map and channel for 50 seconds and have a Crucible tree. You have to actually get a map that drops from the geode that has this line that says contains a furnace that can add a Crucible passive tree to uncorrupted unique item. So not only do you have to buy the Windripper or find it, you also have to run a map in order to put the Crucible tree on. And then this requires a lot of trades. Maybe you can find a buying service where someone can buy a bunch of Windrippers for you and buy a bunch of these maps for you. But the bigger problem is that these mods have very, very, very low weighting. And there's no market for these desired mods. So when I go to the trade site and I was actually looking up these two mods, because I need these two mods no matter what, I found that there's no items for sale. There's 2 bows, and the nodes aren't even in the correct spot, so I can't even do the forging where I combine them together. So there is no real option to get this Windripper. Now, what is the only option? Well, the only option is to do it yourself. And back in the day, there was this prophecy known as trash to treasure. You will turn a normal item into a unique item with a single chance orb. Man, oh man, would I kill for those days. Those days were the good old days. I used to do trash to treasure to get the Shaper Call of the Brotherhood for Eternity's Shroud build. And those were amazing, amazing days. Nowadays, all you can do is scour chance over and over again. So what you do is you take an item with the perfect Crucible tree, and then you scour chance it into a unique. So this allows you to use imprints to get what you need. And more people have Imperial bows or other types of bows that have these mods that allows you to get a perfect tree. Now, my tree is not really perfect. I could have definitely gotten like 16% double damage here, or I could have gotten 25% fizz converted to cold. So there is definitely some room for improvement, but I thought I bought this bow base for like 2 divines. I had no idea it was going to take this many scour chances. So I did it myself manually, and I did it, and I went to around 2,000. My hand started to hurt a little bit. I felt a little bit of tightening. And I looked up the symptoms, and it said I was getting carpal tunnel from repeated movements over and over again. So I started streaming, and someone actually offered me to do the Scour Chance service. And I was like, yeah, just go for it. So I bought the service. He asked me a lot of times, do you want to continue use at like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000? I was like, oh, you must get it soon. Windripper is really not that rare. I see it all the time on the ground. Now, I thought it would take around 5k max, maybe 10k, since Windripper, like I said, is not a T0 or T1 unique. And I kind of just went to bed. I was like, oh, whatever. I'll wake up to it. He'll tell me how much he used, and then I woke up to a disturbing message. Like, I woke up out of bed. I did not feel that great. I had this, like, inkling, you know, like when it's like, when you know something bad's about to happen. I went to my Discord. I went to check it out, and I got this interesting message. And I was like, 29,259 total tries, 149.7 divines. And 1 divine equals 240 scours, and 1 divine equals 1,050 chance. And he had been doing this in my Discord, and I saw that he was actually doing the whole service more or less. So it's not like he was making up some numbers. And at this point, I have 106 divines. I'm completely broke. I can't buy the mapping supplies, so I actually need to just do group play today. Hopefully, this bow pays off by itself, or we're going to need to sell it to someone else who's doing magic fine. But, yeah. And you might think I really got unlucky here. I got screwed over. However, that's not the real story. There is another Imperial bow called Lionized Glare. Now, Lionized Glare is actually a T0 unique. I actually have not found a Lionized Glare yet all league. And as you can see here, someone tried to do the exact same thing. And I saw this bow for sale when I was looking for bases. And what do you know? It's a shaped Lionized Glare Imperial bow. It has the same nose that people want. And the guy's selling it for 25 divines because he scour chanced it. Imagine going through all of that trouble and getting a Lionized Glare out of it. That would be the ultimate slap in the face. And that's when PoE just gets deleted from your system. Now, chance orbs are a really, really useless currency. I think its best use is honestly to buy maps from Kirak at the league start. No one's really scour chancing uniques, and it's very, very crazy to even try to get a higher tier unique. I think they can make chance orbs a little bit rarer and have better outcomes, or they could improve the quality of life and allow us to chance in larger quantities at once. So maybe do 100 scour chances and then stop on a unique if it does hit one. Now, mouse lifespan. So this thing right here, this is a G Pro wireless. A mouse lifespan is around 30 to 50 million clicks. Now, if this guy did 30k attempts, and this is all legitimately, of course. So if he did 30k attempts, it takes around 4 clicks on average to do a scour chance, right? You have to click the orb, click scour, click the orb again, and then click chance. So that's 4 clicks. So 30,000 times 4 is 120,000. So around 100,000 clicks. So roughly, this scour chancing process, if you do a lot of it throughout the league, your mouse is actually going to be toast, right? You do 5 of these Windrippers, 5% of your mouse lifespan is actually gone. Now, there's some worse mice out there with a lifespan of only 5 million clicks. So if you do 5 Windripper chance cycles and you get this unlucky, your mouse has just lost 20% of its life. But thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you find more mirrors, divines, and chance orbs than me, because you will need them. And see you next time. Bye!